Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, it's turning into a good week for maps this week. Today we have got one from a very, very solid creator. We've done them twice in the past, back in episodes 398 and 480, which got 13 and 11 stars respectively. One of those you'll probably recognise had we go back and have a look at it. It would be Skarne Coast or Skarne Coast. You know that one that links Denmark with Sweden, Copenhagen to Malmo. I think that's correct. Well, this has got very much the same vibe. Well, we'll talk more about that as we get on with the review. In the meanwhile, there's just one little task for you to do before we get started. That's right. Yes, indeed, hitting the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thank you very much for your assistance. So today's map is Great Belt by Kapustor 666. Kapustor's other map we did was Kokonumi, which I think was one based in the middle of Finland somewhere. It was fairly bland, but hey, there's your start square. Start square is all good, everything that you want is there. Resources very fertile, and we do have some oil offshore that you can just about get to, probably. Off to the workshop. What do we need? It is a mass transit map. You will need the mass transit DLC. We've got linden tree, sugar maple full set, the generic tree pack, the ash trees, the Norway spruce. We are using the European summer theme and the hot desert lut by Creative Decks. I'm not massively sold on this combination, to be honest with you. I find it a little bit dark. It's a little bit, you know, it's supposed to be European summer. Mind you, we're in Denmark. So perhaps, perhaps the gloom is about right. The roads are going to be excellent on this map. The standards are high. The standards are high. It's going to be a question of, are you sold on the layout, on the design? It's pretty flat, but it is a flat part of the country, flat part of Europe. Yeah, it is. It's not massively hilly in this area. There are no mountains, so I'm glad to see that there are no mountains on this particular map. Okay, here we are with our first bit of interest. We have some tunnels going through underneath the rail. It's very nicely done. We'll see something else similar to this a bit later on that I'm going to ooh over a little bit. And if we break off to the right, this here goes down to like a dockland kind of area. It's the only way, if you can get down there from this way, but going back, to get back onto the highway and to go right, everything's going to go up this road. It means this intersection might get a little bit busy here. Possibly. Maybe. Maybe it won't. Just a thought. Anyway, perfectly lovely roads. I mean, the standards of the roads are just spot on. They're really nice indeed. Intersections are smooth as silk. Look at that. Beautifully done as well. And let's just come down and just check for errors just in case. It looks good. It looks good. No problems at all. This isn't the start square, it's a start location though. Start square is just over the field, so it's a good place. I can see us all actually using that particular bit. Now, one thing I would change on the whole map is, you see these two lanes here? Two lanes are merging down into one lane and then merging up to 3 lanes. I would have had that as a 2-lane merge into, and then the 2 lanes merge into the third one. And I would straighten up those arrows. Of course I would straighten up those arrows. That would niggle me. I wouldn't be able to sleep until they were straightened up. Anyway, we'll keep rolling. Now, I'm not sure where to go now. Start square. Let's go into the start square. Okay, this is where you're going to be starting from. There is another entrance point just over the fields, just over there. Can you see it? There we are. And we've got rail, which is taking up a bit. You can't really access the rail because it's in a ditch, obviously. But it does lead out to a nice little area. And through the trees here, we'll find... there. some lovely little assets. And these ones are, and I'm going to use my fluentest, I think this might be Indonesian, no clue really, Pruksa Nara Jaya Fruwek 2 Jomteen Tropical Modern House Pack by Arms Plans. Yeah, they're tropical and they're modern, and it's a house pack, and they're by Arms Plans. And the rest of it, I probably messed up badly. Factoids, because factoids. Inez de Castro was probably the only queen to have been crowned after her death. She was exhumed, dressed and propped up on her throne for the occasion. It's like something out of Game of Thrones. You'd expect that on there, wouldn't you? But anyway, yeah, Pruxanara, blah, 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 blah. House pack by Arms Plans. Today's asset of the day. And we'll, yeah, I'm not going to go through all that before. No. Murdering it once is bad enough. Now, which way? I wonder where this traffic's going. Shall we have a look off this way? This is heading off away from the area of focus that we're looking for. But it's worth a little look-see down here, just in case there's something fun. We've got an intersection. This is pretty fun. To be honest, I mean, it's mundanely good. That's it. I mean, look, this could easily be badly glitching. We've got it's trying to glitch in the middle there. It's trying to. That is pushed right to the edge. That's the limitations of the game, and Capustor has really gone for it. Shall we head back towards the area of interest? Well, we've got to go this way, haven't we? So we've got all these side roads that merge all the way back down onto the main highway across the rail. And then this intersection here is pretty smart. It leads up to more docks. Lots and lots of docks, or dockland areas. Pretty fine. We'll have a look at that after the intermission. And then we have, yes, the elephant in the room, the big old bridge. And it is perfect. This, to get this good, I think is many hours work. Just on the bridge. Tell me if I'm wrong, Capustor, because I reckon that probably took you 2 or 3 hours to get it spot on. Rail, shall we have a look at the rail? There's not really much more on the edge of the map, is there? And yes, the fog is switched off, I know. Okay, through the rail tunnel, and that emerges over here. And that's all fine, nice and smooth. It's a relatively flat map, so you can't see this going too far wrong. With the possibility of encroaching foliage or slightly too low bridges. But now, this is the tunnel I was going to tell you about. Look at this. This is just perfection. Look how tight it is to the ground level above, and yet there's no glitching. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Great work, Capustor, for that one. And we'll keep rolling along while you head over to Facebook and add me at official BonBonB over on Facebook, and you'll get some occasional inside stories and also news about what's been released as well, in case you happen to miss it over here, because sometimes YouTube doesn't tell you these things. Oh, we got lots of rail. Ooh, pick a line, any line. Pick a line, put it back in the pack. Okay, put it back in the pack. Is this your line? Oh, it wasn't. Oh, sorry. Rubbish at magic. Okay, we'll follow this off. We're going inland. We haven't been this way. We'll have a little look. It's all good. It's all fleetingly good. You know, that sort of thing where you just fly past it and it's fine in the periphery. Very nice. Okay, intermission time, and one more brand new one from Zach.
Do you have trouble knowing how to start a new city? Do you need to return to the absolute basics just this once? Don't worry, I won't tell. Then you need BonBonB's Beginner's Guide to Your First City. Click the information button now.
And back to Great Belt by Capustor 666 with the shipping routes. Now this is the one that we want to see. This is the one that will go through the middle of the big bridge, which is plenty high enough. The thing is, I've not seen any shipping, which makes me think that maybe we're not connected in multiple locations along the edge of the map. So we'll have a look at that in a moment, just to be sure. This does lead, however, into the docks, basically the places that you want the shipping to go to. And he heads back out and off to the edge of the map there. So it does connect to the edge of the map. Why haven't we seen any ships? No ships are spawning. Darn it. I like a ship. Ships are pretty. Water flow. Water flow is it's okay. It's not superb. It's kind of, it'll give a more realistic feel to the environment. However, drawing from it might be issueful, you know, possibly. This doesn't actually go through the start square, by the way. We'll be having a look at that little bit in a moment. But this does, however, feed off down. And if you look down here, there is a little white arrow there. So you can see we are moving, but we are just moving. And this comes out into the bay, and we just take the arrows here, and the bay is pushing back in. Where's that start square? Start square is on this little twiddly bit of river here. So if we have a look here, we can see the water is moving, definitely moving, but it's shallow and it's light and it's narrow. However, they do suggest drawing from this little pond here, which for me is probably not going to be a realistic way to start the city. So maybe this is one for the players that play with mods. So anyway, yes, we're looking at this link here, this bridge link here, is what takes you from mainland Denmark to that island that has Copenhagen on it. And then Skarne Coast, which is the previous map, 398 map, is the one that takes you from that island. It has got a name, I just don't know it, and if I knew it I probably couldn't pronounce it. This is a nice island. Is it a BonBon island? I'd feel a little bit vulnerable. I don't know. I think it's nice. I wouldn't want to live on it, okay? It's just not quite my deal. Although down here, this is very nice indeed. The jetty, look at how well it's clipped into the ground. Beautiful. There's not even a step there. You just walk up the ramp and then up the stairs. That is perfect detailing in terms of jetty work. Well done, Kapustor, for that one. And then right on the end, yes, you've seen it already, it's the essential lighthouse. The detailing on here is less good. I don't mind the bushes at the front, but we got some clipping of the asset into the sand there. You can see very much it's been, yeah, it's very difficult to do that well. You've got to have exactly the right topography to make the essential lighthouse work. That doesn't quite, but it's still good. It's still good. These beaches, look at this. This feels lovely. Great theme. Loving the sand textures there as well. As I say, you think with a European summer theme and a hot desert look, this would be bright and cheery. I have pushed I'm just down here. I have 3 bridges. Ooh, there's a railway station nearish me called 3 Bridges. Yeah, you'd expect it to be brighter. I have pushed the levels up using Ultimate Eye Candy to the same standards, the same levels that we normally use for these reviews. I always push the levels up a bit to give a little bit, because YouTube can be a bit dull without the brightness. Look at the canopy. Oh, this is great. But yeah, I could use Relight to push the levels up even more so, but then that's kind of cheating. Lying to you about how bright the map would be. You would need to be told to use Relight. Now, hedges, these are the prop line tree hedges, obviously. They're a hint, just a hint. It's not my favourite sort of hedgery at all, but they are just suggesting that there's stuff out here, fields and things out here. I'm not the world's biggest fan, but equally I can't mark it down because it definitely does the job it's intended to. So there we are. I just find them a bit meh, and meh is one of those modern words that I think it found a really good place. This sort of like mediocre bit, sort of like, oh, I don't really care much about it kind of feel. But yes, yeah, so we've got the the old foliage, the mossy foliage along the sides as well, which occasional placing of it just adds a little bit more life to the river right there on the left there as well. Possibly could have done with a little bit more. There are a few bland riverbanks there. Obviously you don't want to overdo it, like me on my map. I definitely overdid it. So anyway, and we've got one more jetty down here, and this has been done well as well. I'll show you this while I tell you about it's your opportunity now to vote on the map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month to decide the best 10 maps of the month, the viewer's choice top 10 maps of the month, and I make a video about it, and then you know what the best maps of the month were. Because the Steam chart is really rubbish, isn't it? It's completely really rubbish. Okay, what do I think? Aesthetically, I think it's... I like the design. There's nothing horrible about this map. It just doesn't pop. So I'm just going to give it a solid 3. 3's good. 3's fine. Detailing is excellent. It doesn't hit 5 stars. Like I say, the lighthouse, little bit of glitching we got going on there. Plus I would have liked to have seen more definition to the hedgeries and stuff like that. But it's still good. And good is going to get you a 4th star in my book. So 4 stars for detail. Gameplay potential. See, there's a tricky one. I think there may be some water issues in the start square. And the thing is, with Scarney Coast, there's something about Scarney Coast I really wanted to play on it. This one, I'm not inspired to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a solid 3. It's a 3 going on 4. But a 3. I think if there's better water in the start square, it would be a 4 star. So 3 stars for gameplay potential. Great Belt by Capustor 666. A very solid map indeed. They're a very solid creator. They have got skills. I would like to see them try and do something just a little bit different. Taking themselves away from Scandinavia. Yes, says the guy who hasn't done anything non-British. Yes, okay, right. I get the irony, okay? There's an old map on screen to vote on now if you want to go back and have a little look at that one. Obviously another link on screen now. There's plenty on the channel, including City Edition, so you might want to go and watch that too. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. I've been BonBonB and you've been watching my channel.